Hey everyone, it's me again. Your favorite prince and stigma, back at it with another midnight vulnerabilities, right? You know, I have no idea, not a clue what I'm gonna talk about here. I'm just gonna surprise myself. I'm gonna surprise you, myself, and everybody else. That's right. Because currently it is 1 o'clock in the morning. I hope you're seeing a pattern now. I actually recorded a couple videos today. I'm pretty happy. I was able to upload my By the Book of the Faith video. Finally. And once I get the next one out, I'll start being actually able to upload the Midnight Vulnerabilities, so I haven't even posted the first one yet. That's fun. And I'm always kind of just using these to talk about the progress of my uploads and what's kind of going on in my life currently. But I've got nothing. Not a thing to say. This is probably just going to be the shortest one ever. I might just fall asleep. This might even get to the shoot. I guess my brain isn't working right now. It's too tired. I'm tired, but I can't fall asleep. That's perfect, you know. Gotta love that. Really gotta love that. mm. How's your week been? Mine's been kind of up and down. I've had highs and I've had lows. I've had standard just days. I haven't really been able to relax. I've had my birthday and my birthday dinner. We went out and got some food. I love Red Robin's in particular. It's one of my favorite places to eat. I'm just a big fan of burgers, and in my opinion, they got some of the best burgers, dude. That is so good. I've been pretty stuffed. I've been kind of slowing down with my exercises, at least I think. Kind of been putting those off. I've been slowly getting back into it, but I've been kind of indulging a lot too when it comes to food. So, as much progress as I'm making. Oh, you know what? I'm probably thinking that I'm slowing down on exercising because I haven't been running. For the last couple of days, I've been like running on a treadmill for about half an hour each time. Going about 4.5 miles an hour is pretty good. I usually just blast a bunch of music and just run until I'm sweating balls. Yeah. That's something I can probably get back into. It's always a good time. But my legs always die afterwards. I just stand for my work and I can't just blow my legs up every time because I actually have to rest in between. Which, I don't really do legs all that much. My legs are pretty weak compared to my upper body and my arms. So maybe I kind of focus on those a little bit more. I've been doing some squats, I've been doing some lunges, all the kind of simpler leg exercises, nothing too complex. Oh, you know what? Wall sits would be pretty good. Yeah, wall sits would be a really good one. To, at least for endurance, right? For my joints. I've been doing lots of push-ups and core exercises lately, so... Oh, and curls and a bunch of arm stuff as well, so... focusing more on those arms and focusing more on that upper body strength. But yeah, I gotta kind of prioritize some legs too. Because my legs are pretty important when it comes to... Oh, this video's working too much. I'm literally dying over here. Slumbering. I don't think I've done midnight vulnerabilities for the last couple nights either. I know I did the first two in one night. Then I did my third one 2 days after that. And then I just kind of lost count. I had my birthday, I had my, lots of stuff, I guess. It's currently Sunday night, so yeah, it's been a few days. I didn't even think I was going to do this tonight. I think I was just going to do it a different day. But I'm like, screw it, I'll find something to talk about maybe. And I've got nothing. I'm just stating facts that I've already confirmed in my head. I'm just saying it out loud now. As I drift off into a peaceful slumber. As I fall deeper into REM sleep, I might dream tonight. I haven't dreamed in a while. Maybe I'll start trying to do like sleep hypnosis again. Because when I used to be into like lucid dreaming, I might have talked about this before. And it's relevant because, you know, I'm trying to sleep and I'm trying to become lucid dreaming again, I guess. I'm talking about it anyway. But yeah, I used to watch these videos that would kind of be like sleep hypnosis, where it's just somebody guiding you into sleep, kind of putting your mind at ease in a way. It's very peaceful, it's very nice. And even if you don't become lucid in your dreams, at least it's a very calming way to go to bed. Just let your mind go, you know. I've been kind of struggling with temptation today and a few days ago, and every so often it just blows back up as much as I try to suppress it. And I've been struggling with just leaving my mind empty. I've always got to fill it with some kind of stimulation, some kind of excitement, some kind of desire. Get into this mood of trying to stimulate myself. It's horrible, really. You know, I feel very split ever since I became faithful, because there's the mind, the body, and the soul. These are the three main aspects that make up a being on earth. And each of these, I feel like, has its own split personality, at least for me. My body is a primal, like, degenerative, just indulgent in lustful things, whether it be consumption or desire. That part of my body wants to just dive into that, and that's where my temptation comes from. And I have to literally suppress that part of myself in order to live a more faithful and godly life. And then on the other hand, my mind knows that those things are harmful to me. It's very intelligent, it's very cohesive in thinking. After all, it is the mind aspect of my personhood. So it kind of processes stuff a lot differently than the body would. But it also is part of my pride. My mind is very prideful. I think very selfishly. I think very close-minded, in a way. At least I think so. And then, of course, there's the soul. My soul is very, I'm not too sure. I don't really look into it all too much. Maybe I should. My soul. It's a part of myself I haven't really allowed to grow. I've just kind of protected it. Done things to protect my soul, but I haven't developed my soul. If that makes sense. Which, I mean, you don't want to ruin your soul. Of course, you want to protect it from things that will do it harm. That's part of it, but you also have to let it grow. You can't just put a stranglehold on it and prevent it from going anywhere. You have to let it kind of expand and basically become something better over the time. But currently I'm not too sure how to go about that. Even though I know it's probably something I should do, I have to develop it more so that it becomes more of who I am on a fundamental level. I think we all need to develop our souls and grow spiritually. Because my soul wants things that are good for me. My mind wants things that are truthful, that are factual. My body wants things that are physical and lustful, basically, and worldly. Kind of all the same kind of thing there. I want to check how far this video is, but I'm not even going to spend too much longer here. I really want to check. I'm not going to do it. Tomorrow is a new day. Tomorrow is a possibility of something better. It's always a possibility of something better. Every day. Every day could be something new. But it could also be nothing new. It could actually, I guess it could be new, but maybe not in the positive direction. It is what we make it, right? The day is dictated by what we decide to make it. Sure, things can happen that are out of our control. Things might not go our way. But it's up to us to take hold of our fates and make the best out of it, really. Yeah, that's a good sentiment to have. Just take what you have and make the best of it. Because sure, we might be a lowly human being who has very little power in the grand scheme of it all. However, we do have control over our emotions, our minds, our hearts. And these things, they definitely carry some weight to them, no matter how small we may feel. the impact these aspects of ourselves have is much, much better. Perhaps that's not the right word. But the words aren't really coming to me as of right now. And that's okay. That just means I'm succeeding in clearing my mind. Going into this, I didn't have anything really to say, and throughout this entire experience, I don't think I've had anything to say, really. I've just been vomiting words out of my mouth, slowly but surely, making cohesive sentences, but at the same time just kind of rambling on and on about nothing in particular. Maybe it makes sense to you, but it just feels like nonsense. It just feels like nothing. And sometimes nothing is okay. Especially when it's applicable. Screw it. I'm gonna check how much time we have left. Okay. We're about halfway done, at least for a normal video. But I don't know. I think I'm just gonna call it soon. I'm not even gonna bother going the full 30. The energy's not there. I don't have anything to talk about, really. And everything I've said so far has just been utter nonsense, really. I mean, I have this internal monologue. I have this innate feeling of self. But I really just kind of give my life to God and try to live for Him. And I do falter. I do struggle with temptation and sin like any man ever. However, I'm able to accept that as a possibility always in the back of my head. That no matter how deep into the religion and the faith I go, I will always struggle with my worldly desire. Now and forever, until the end of this worldly life. And it sucks. It's painful to experience, especially after the fact. It's not... Recently I've been calling sin a burden, at least towards me. Sin is just a burden that we all must carry, that we all must suffer through. Sin in our hearts will always drag us down and lower who we are meant to be. It's a punishment, really. Sin in our human nature is a punishment. And it's a fitting one. We chose to become sinful in nature by eating of the fruit of the knowledge of good and evil. disobeying the commands of God. And now we have to suffer on earth each and every day. And I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. It's a burden. I hate losing control of myself, acting on impulses that I wish were never even there in the first place. One reason I obsess over being in heaven is because sin and evil and darkness don't exist there. And by being a being of basically my soul, right? My soul would ascend to heaven and leave behind this worldly body. And without the worldly body, I don't have any of this sin and desire. My soul is free of that in heaven. That's why I want to be in heaven so badly. But it's hard. It's really hard to ignore and overcome the temptation and sin. But the best way I found to do so is to just read the Bible, talk to God, pray, keep Him close to your heart. And yeah, you'll still have those days, you'll still have those moments where your flesh will take over and your spirit will be weakened. Your armor will be chipped, and the enemy will try to penetrate you, to get to you, to fall into that sin deeper and deeper and deeper each time, until eventually you lose your faith, you lose hope. That's the end goal, isn't it? To drive you away from God, to get you alone and desperate and hopeless, so that you will never repent. You'll be too prideful to. That's what the enemy wants. Above all else, they want you to fall into your sin and to never accept Christ into your heart. This is what we have to deal with as people of the faith. That's what I have to deal with all the time. And I'm not the best Christian. I'm not the most religious person. Despite what I say, despite what I try to spread the message of, I could always do more. I could always be better. Pray more. Even though I read through the entire Bible, I could always read it again and again and again. That doesn't just go away. You have to be head over heels in love with the faith, with the teachings of Jesus. Because if you're not, then it's easier to fall into this temptation. You're vulnerable. You're weakened. Without God on your mind, without God on your heart, it's hard to stray away from sin. And it's a burden. You're left with a burden that'll drive you to destroy your soul, destroy your morality. You'll destroy what's left, what little you have left. These are what I think about when it gets late. This is what I think about when I'm alone. Well, as alone as I can be. God will always be there. God has always seen what the goings on of my life. He knows me inside and out. And I know that when it comes down to it, when I falter, it is a disappointment. It is saddening for myself and for my Heavenly Father. He wants me to grow and become in control of my desires. But I'm not there just yet. And it's a journey. It's a journey that will be burdensome and rocky. And it's a journey that must be made. As hard as it may seem, as impossible as it might seem, it's worth it in the end if you really want to be free of the burden of sin. It's what must be done. It's what I have to do. And if you share my belief, then it's also what you must do. Alright, I'm gonna cut it off here. After all that I've said here, I feel a little bit more hopeful. A little bit more relaxed. As if a weight has been lifted from my soul. I wish you all a very pleasant night, sweet dreams, and goodbye for now.